Hello everyone, welcome back to Ratatouille, part 2 of it. I always thought, I would always joke with friends back when Ratatouille came out about how they should make a sequel to Ratatouille called Ratatouille, with a 2 in it, instead of a T-O-U. I think it was after Madagascar Escape to Africa came out. That was only a couple years also after Too Fast, Too Furious, or as I like to call it, 3 Fast, 4 Furious, 5 Me. But anyway, it's kind of like they're making that Coming to America sequel, which I mean, sight unseen, I am kind of excited about. Cautiously optimistic. I have no idea what I'm doing on screen right now. Just wasting time, I suppose, and getting hurt by the sewage water. And the ROM fucked up for a second, and now we're back in business.
Remy, I've been waiting for you. Sorry, Dad, I got lost and ended up in Paris.
And also, I'll just say right off the bat, I apologize if you can hear my washer dryer, which is in the room with me. I don't know if, like, based on my webcam videos on the other channel, if it's, like, clear what the, like, geography of my house, of, like, this room is, but it's the kitchen and living room. It's a big room, and it's got washer dryer in it, which is nice that we have one, because I certainly don't want to go to a dry cleaners, or a laundromat, but it's also very loud, and it takes forever, and the buttons make no sense. I think I've talked about this before. We looked it up on Google once, like, we looked up the exact product name, and it had, like, a 1 out of 5 rating, so not great. Anyway, I immediately, in this new level, this first real level of the game, well, I mean, I guess the other one was the first real level, but this is the first one that kind of goes by the formula of how the rest of the main levels will go, which is, as you'll see in the what precedes this, or I guess what succeeds this, whatever. But yeah, there are dream levels in this game. I think I called them dream sequences in the last video. It's a dream level. It's not a sequence. I mean, I suppose this is a sequence. But yeah, they are all themed around a certain, genre of food, and you hop. And they're basically just more dedicated platforming sections than the rest of the game. Because the rest of the game, you have your enemies, you have, I won't say puzzles, but, you have to, go to an area and do something to get something else to happen, and, it's a video game. But here, you're just hopping. A little bit later, we'll have, like, the tight ropes and the, I don't know what you call it when you press what is on my controller an X button, the Xbox X button. I think it would be the B button on the GameCube. Excuse me. That, what am I even fucking talking about? Oh yeah, the when he like locks on with that button onto like beams, and you can just scurry on them without having to worry about it, like, not the balancing, but just like running on it. I don't know what they call that move in this game, but you do that in these dream levels. God fucking damn it. I love how you can I feel like you can tell when I have a job in my videos, because it usually or maybe it's just me because I know the circumstances of making these videos. Like right now, I usually try to not record while the washer dryer is running because it's really goddamn loud, and especially if it's gonna be done soon, which it will. It says 6 minutes right now, but I don't know because it said 11 minutes like 25 minutes ago, and then it said 12 minutes like 5 minutes ago. So it could be anything, really. This is what I'm saying when it makes no sense. Like, I wish I could explain. I'll go into more detail at a different time. But, and we've just had, but it might go off in this video, so just be wary if you hear a beep, you know, a rhythmic tone, not a rhythmic tone, but a melodic tone coming from a machine, you know what it is. It's not my computer wife beeping at me. But yeah, we've already had problems with it, and we've had problems with all the fucking appliances in this goddamn house lately. I mean, really just the two. We had the washer dryer, and it did this thing where, like, it'll lock. So, like, sometimes lint, because there's no fucking lint trap on this thing, sometimes lint will get stuck in the filter hole. Oh yeah, I got 100 stars. Don't get used to that. It only gets hard. There's only one where it's, like, straightforward. Yeah, pretty easy one. And I still messed up. Like, I still fell a bunch of times, but whatever. I also like how this is, like, the city, and it's literally just, like, this one little alley. And that's the level. Just because you're a little rat baby, and you're tiny. Anyway, but the washer dry, so, like, lint will get stuck in the thing, and it won't filter all the water out, and so the machine has a thing, I guess, like a fail-safe, where it's, like, it won't unlock, it won't open if there's water in there. So 2 times now, once was a few months ago, there were clothes in there, and we couldn't get them out because it was locked, and you have to, in order to shut off that and get the water out and do whatever, you have to open the top of the thing and, like, pull it out from the, whatever the fuck, the countertop area. Extremely weird looking dogs in this game, by the way. They look like aliens. I don't understand how, like, because even the person animation in this is, like, fine enough for, like, a PS2 GameCube era game. But the dogs, why do they look like that? I don't know. You'll get a better look at them in a minute. And there are more dogs in the game. But holy shit, they're ugly. They're ugly motherfuckers, for sure. Ay, ay, ay. But yeah, and then the dude, the maintenance dude for our apartment, he fixed it. He fixed the washer dryer, and then he heard, like, you know, the like filter part of the toilet in the top of the toilet, whatever that part is. He heard it running, like, in the pipes from the other units in the building, because that sometimes happens when they are, like, showering or when they flush or whatever. You can hear it, and the toilet makes noise. But he thought that it was doing because it was busted, so he did something, and then it was making that noise all the time, like, non-stop. And it also sometimes wouldn't flush. And sometimes you'd be shitting, and your shit would just, like, go down into the pipe. It wouldn't filter out. And we were like, well, this is bad. And so he had to come and fix it, and then he didn't flush it to test it, and it was still doing it. So he had to come in the next day and do it again. And then it was fine, and then a day passed, and then one of us pooped, and then it made the noise again, and he had to come in again. And I just don't know how many more times we're going to have to do this, but I don't like having maintenance people in the house all the time, because they're other human beings, and it makes me nervous. But anyway, now we're finally into the meat and potatoes of this shit. Every level has a little collectible, like these darts, where you get them, and if you find all of them, then it'll add a little fun thing to the sewers, because if you didn't notice, or if I didn't explain, the sewers are like the overworld of the game, and the rats have a colony there, their new colony, and it like grows and gets like upgraded with each level you do. And part of it is when you collect these thingies, it adds a thing to the colony. So, like when you get all the darts, spoilers, it's a dartboard. Also, I kept forgetting, because in platforming games that have a double jump, I'm used to just hopping from very large, like tall heights, and then just double jumping like a few feet above the ground so that I don't take damage if it has fall damage. But this game, at some point in your jump, if you've been falling for too long, it doesn't let you double jump and you take the damage, and so that's what happened there when I just cavalierly jumped off of the fucking dumpster, and I'm almost certain that I will make that mistake again. So yeah, I mean, like, the dogs are vaguely dog-shaped, but it's mostly their faces. It's kind of like whenever I think about the first Toy Story. Oh yeah, you could probably hear it now. It's really going. This washer-dryer is, like, professional basketball games in that it only gets serious in the last 2 minutes. But anyway, I forget what I was saying. Washer dryers. I should just say washer because it's washing right now, but it is both. So I want to be accurate. But yeah, this is what I mean when I was saying earlier about how you can tell when I have a job with these videos, because I'm all frazzled for one thing. I think you can fall down there, and I think there might be something down there. I didn't check, like underneath those tight ropes, but whatever. About being like, yeah, about you can tell when I have a job because, like, when I'm unemployed, obviously, I have a lot of free time, so I just make the videos when I feel like it, and I have a lot of time, of free time to, you know, make that decision and do that. But with a job, it's like, I kind of just have to do it when I can do it, whenever I have time, because I have, you know, other things in the house to take care of and shit. And so you have things like this where I'm competing with my screaming home appliances to try to make a fucking Ratatouille video before it gets too late and I have to do the other things that I wanted to do today. It doesn't help that I have a job that is uncertain when I get out every day, just because of the nature of the job, and I'm always in like a different room that has its own sort of rhythm and whatever. It's a day by day sort of thing, and so like, usually it's between like 2 and 4 p.m., which, you know, is like a normal length work day. I go in at like 8. But then there have been other days where it's been like 5 or 6 out of nowhere, and days where it's been like fucking noon. Impossible to plan for. And so I just don't. I just kind of have relinquished myself to it. Anyway, this is a great dream sequence because it's about cheese, and I love cheese. Unfortunately, this is a GameCube game and not a Pixar movie from 2007 like it is based on, because one of the many things that I like about Ratatouille, this is one of the more minor surface level things that I like. There are a lot of much more, I wouldn't say deeper reasons why I like Ratatouille, but deeper reasons why I like Ratatouille than this. But one thing I really love, you know, thinking about and seeing when I watch it, which is often, and that was just pure bullfuckery on my part. I thought that he would grab on, but he never grabs onto the spinning surfaces, which I guess should be probably to be expected. Anyway, is that in the movie, the food looks really good. It's actually quite hard to make computer animated food not only look like it's actual food that looks like the texture that we know it is, but to look appealing. Like I actually want to eat it. I want to eat that computer program. And there's a lot of it in Ratatouille, and it's really great. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, while more cartoony, also has a lot of tasty food animation. And then, of course, if we're going to talk about animated representations of food, I think Miyazaki movies and anime generally kind of have everybody beat. Because there's just something about, you know, food in, like, a Miyazaki movie. Like, I'm thinking of, like, what's that movie? Is it just called, like, Yesterday or something? It's one of those. It's one of the more... I don't... Actually, now I'm thinking about it, I don't think it's a Miyazaki movie. But, like, Spirited Away has a lot of good food animation in it. I think there was a scene in, like, Sword Art that I remember having, like, really tasty-looking ramen in it or something. I don't know. But it just, and I've just seen a lot of images from different anime shows of food, and I'm like, damn, that looks, I could get me some of that. So yeah, I did it the haphazard way and just went for it because, you know, just get a little knock on the head, nothing too terrible. And I'm certainly not gonna get the box and then take it off so I can hop out and get the thing and then put the box back on. I'm just gonna get fucking hit anyway. So yeah, this is bullshit. This is one of the only, honest to God, one of the only things I dislike about the game is this shit. Most of my least favorite sections of the game involve fucking doing this. I do like the spool of thread, or yarn, I guess. Is it thread? Yarn? Doesn't matter? I don't know. But I like that. I think that's a clever way of, you know, getting back to places quickly. I don't know. I think I touched on it earlier, but one thing I love not only about this game, but the movie has a lot of it too, and there are a few games and movies that have this. The other one that comes to mind right away is Flushed Away. It's usually movies about, like, animated movies typically, about, like small animals, like a rat or a bug or whatever, or a mouse, like, where they use everyday objects in, like, creative ways to, like, build things or to, you know, get around or whatever, what have you, like you do with the various objects in this game, and sort of interacting with not just the things that you can, like, pick up and the, like, actual items in the game, but just, like, you know, especially when we get into the kitchen level, where just the stuff you're hopping on and using to get around is all just, you know, random, everyday, I want to say, like, household stuff, even though it's not technically true for all of it. Same thing with Flushed Away, like, the game emphasized it a lot, but the movie as well. Everything in the world is, like, built from, like, you can see all of these identifiable objects in them, and I just was really drawn to shit like that as a kid. I don't know why. I just thought it was so, like, resourceful and creative, and a lot of movies at that time and cartoons, like, had that as a quality, and I don't know why, but I appreciated it. I'm kind of also thinking of Robots is a little bit like that. More so, I'm thinking of, there was a featurette on the DVD for it, and yeah, I sped this up because I'm anal and like to try to kill all these bugs, and it also just takes forever. I mean, you want to be safe and get as many of them as you can, but I felt like you didn't need to see me do this all day, so I just fucking am speeding it up. I didn't bother on this part because there's no point. And I'm about to do a really dumb death in a minute, so I hope you enjoy that. And I thought I would comment on it in case I'm talking over it.
Thank you.
Yeah, here we go.
I
Yeah, I just wanted to go quicker, but fuck me. Genius. Very, like, intense death screens in this game. I usually don't do the tight ropes like this because I hate balancing. It makes me feel uneasy, so I usually just hop continually and re-lock onto it, and that usually works, but not that time. And I fucked that up. Yeah, once you drop these, they immediately are about to go off, so you need to, like, go down gently. Oh, I'm yawning. There's a lot of very particular stuff like that in this game. But yeah, there's a featurette on the Robots DVD where they were doing, like, early stuff where they were just, like, taking old, like, car and machine parts and, like, computer parts and just making little cartoony robots out of actual metal to, like, help design characters. And I dug it so much. I don't know why. I thought it was the coolest fucking thing ever. I mean, anything building related when I was a kid, I just thought slapped. And I mean, I'm really not any different now. I'm, like, even less knowledgeable about anything like that now than I was then. Oh man, what was the other thing? I gotta hurry up because the video's about to split, but, oh fuck, what was the other thing I was thinking of? Of that sort of variety. Well, I can't think about it. Hopefully I'll think about it before the next video. Thank you for watching Ratatouille. I'll see more for the rest of the level in the next one. Goodbye.